I've been asked to make this video for quite a while in the comments, so I thought I'd better pull my finger out. I'm going to start with a series of questions. Number 1, are you looking for a tournament grade mousepad from a reputable manufacturer? Number 2, are you addicted to RGB or on the RGB bandwagon like myself? And number 3, are you willing to part with about £45 to £50 or dollars for a mousepad like this? If the answer is yes to any of those or all of those, you might be worth considering buying a Razer Firefly gaming mousepad with RGB. The Firefly comes in 2 variants. There's the original model, which was just called the Firefly, but I'm going to call it the hard edition because it comes with a micro textured hard surface. And then later on they added the cloth edition to the fold. Have a guess what the surface of that one's made of. So in this video I am lucky enough to be in possession of both. So I'll do a consumer level review as usual because I'm just a user like you guys, nothing too technical, and then you can hopefully make a decision on which one you prefer to buy. So we'll just start with a quick side-by-side comparison. Both mousepads have the same surface dimensions of 355 by 255 millimeters. The hard variant, which was the original Firefly mousepad, has a micro textured surface, whereas the later released soft or cloth edition is a lot more classy looking and feeling in my opinion. At the top right of both you have a Razer logo. Now on the hard edition it is flush, you can't feel it, it's not there. However on the cloth version it is raised and you can feel it, and if you are a low sensitivity player and you use all 4 corners of the mousepad, you might find that you're catching it with your mouse. Personally, I haven't had this problem, so I don't see it as an issue. Speaking of low sensitivity players, you also have this USB block at the top middle of both mousepads. Again, that could get in the way if you're using every square inch of the mousepad, but for me, not a problem. Coming out of that block is a whopping 7-foot long braided cable. Why you would need 7 feet of cable, I don't know. It plays havoc with my cable management under my desk. Now the star of the show here is obviously the Razer Chroma Underglow. I'll get more onto that shortly. A couple of pointless facts for you. The hard edition is 0.5 millimeter higher than the soft edition, which obviously is not noticeable at all. Both pads do flex a tiny bit, nothing too drastic though, as you can see. And the hard edition weighs 380 grams, the cloth edition weighs 475 grams, but it's got a non-slip rubber base and it sits flat on your desk, so, you know. With regards to overall performance, I'll now do a couple of simple tests. I'm not going to do anything too technical and start whipping out meters and measuring equipment and all that palaver. But what I will say is the cloth edition definitely offers more resistance on your movement. I'll just show you quickly here. As you can see, I'm going to push the mouse and let go of it across the cloth edition, and then I'm going to do the same with the hard edition. You can see on the hard edition the mouse moves a lot further with roughly the same amount of pressure. For sound, the soft is miles quieter, as you can imagine, because it's cloth. I'll do a quick sound test for you now so you can hear the difference. One thing I have noticed with the cloth edition already is it is a dust magnet. It picks up dust miles worse than the hard edition. Right people, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Let's do RGB. So as you can see, I'm using these mousepads on a relatively dark desk. I'd describe it as probably a walnut colour. And the brightness and the colours are vivid, super bright, although the majority of the light seems to be focused in the middle of the pad. What I'll do now is I'll do a demonstration using the Synapse 3.0 software of the various preset colour options you can use. I'll do this on a white surface so that you can see the difference in case you have a white desk. And it's not on an A3 piece of paper that I nicked from the office, just so you know. One issue I have had with both of these pads is that every now and again the lighting flickers just very quickly, but enough to catch the corner of your eye. I thought I was imagining it at first, but I set the camera up for a long time to catch it doing this, so I don't know what it is. It's kind of like the software's resetting or something, but I've yet to find a solution. If you have experienced this yourself and you know what's causing it, stick a comment below and solve all my problems, because it's literally doing my head in at the moment. So to summarise, bear in mind that these are mouse pads with pretty RGB lights at the end of the day. If you're struggling to decide which one to buy, I would suggest that maybe you just have a look at your history of mouse pads. Do you use cloth? Do you use a hard surface? And stick with whichever one you prefer, because they are essentially the same product. The Firefly mouse pads definitely tick the performance box. They definitely tick the looks box. As far as price goes, they're a little bit steep, bearing in mind it's just a gaming mouse pad at the end of the day. And there are probably other upgrades to your rig or your setup for the same price that might be more important to start with. This is very much a cosmetic decision. But if you do have money to burn and you want your setup or desktop to look amazing and you've got other RGB products already, especially Razer Chroma, because it all links together through the software, then definitely worth picking one up. I've stuck a link in the description below if you want to buy either of these, so feel free to take a look at that. If you enjoyed this video, I'd very much appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button and maybe even ding the bell so you get a notification when I upload my next video. Speaking of next videos, there's a couple more Razer videos up and coming, one of which is going to be a comparison of the membrane and mecha membrane keyboards. I'm going to compare my modified Razer Ornata, where I remove the click to make the keys as quiet as possible, with the Synosa Chroma Pro. And then I'm also going to be doing a build vlog for my new rig, which is behind me just here. Until next time, thanks for watching. See ya.